the messy moment of the messy day, I am just here and in this place while all through. This is exactly what I come around. But still in this, my place, my address, I just go through. In flechmot lechides not sedam. Skel chalechili oplechespot lechesmot lechili koes vatam oplechefechal. Iskel lecham oplechili svodam oplechesmot laim. So suddenly we found the blechmat sechli bisform oblechi for plechsechishkat blechem chachinim in botle lechal. And suddenly we came on talking around the reality of these days, so long with justice and states parties. And suddenly there is this, a lot of murmurs all around that I will be the presenting again, while Sodom and Gomorrah, especially prince and carnivals, but presenting said that Lord revealed then what I were discussing and talking and were requested by the government and institutions of Elebron and ZION HA'JAI Miliaman Matsima and Kov Hatzili Israel, which is the grand rabbis and and churches of El Chai, about what they're revealing and what the reality and what the real terms of Yeshua in law. Armageddon book and the whole of the right scripting Lechmian that we have everything already because of Adonai with Israel and Justice by Sinai we were working on for the making people understand which matched in the whole that we went through until today and forward in the days. So this pagan province that generates on the power, I have the power. I don't want to make no associating, but there is a very constant in the world power, which is not exactly justice, parties, and us, but we understand what the power for, which it means. Term power, anything that implies is power element for, and not for power itself. I want to domain and I want to be the top, like a cat. Like this that generates, and serve the word, about the Klef Mitlef Lachim. I got the power! He man! Sorry, Klef Mitlef Lachim is Sanad. And by Fechmot Lachim, we got to be careful about that. Surely there is not something in placing for the deflective twisting kids and delivering a culture for the original sin and much other, but suddenly power in the whole of the tunes for kids also doesn't get no healthy. But giving the understanding what the power for, I think people can grow and growing for the healthy ways to giving a better world. So suddenly I'm found a lot of things all through this while my lost Granny. And Granny had this Bible. And in this Bible she had a lot of things, and I'm found certain that I already taken off. So suddenly I'm found this, which this says, I only think on you, or think of you. Here is telling what a friendship, as friendship be forever, our best ever gift. And this says, hidden in the flower, a mysterious world, suggestively and beautiful just like you. And in the middle of this, I'm found just this, which is the anathema, baron, for the world to be in a mess, like today we see. So in this all of my Granny, I'm found a lot of things, and in the middle of it, I'm found certain passages just signated about certain elements, like in this case. Not only what comes in the same of the book, a simple chord, but also this. Let me find them all for you. Just a moment, please. Forgive me this. Like this. Leaves keeping a mark in certain pages, and we found Psalms 19, 18, 19, and 21, which at Torah is a designation for Plechtachninim. Not all Torah were put in the Bible because of Rome needed power. And the meaning for. And in the middle of the soul, at what I said, Raúl Alfonsin's administration, Argentina, currency for he emplaced and instaurated for being the Austral, Argentina, whenever she got her identity on the DNI 18,573,465, which the whole people around, for she were 76 years old, wondered how possibly that I did, if were forged. No, she got identity then because of she were an NN called for SODOM, Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina, like naturally keeps on making disappearing all around. The sickness that generates abominable death. So suddenly in the middle of this reality, I found a lot of others. And she used to making marks. Who blames da inchkatseni remont kiva se eposmund? Gidhani krebat lestat toshmotri aplechba ki non rebas matziade. Je atevispon kritikis wat matlechi bishatu atletsatu achmatsachim. At Torah. This is Proverbs. Mentlavis wat siwa and red biskatsinivan. She used to making marks about certain things. Elixir of books, even Samuel, King of Shechova. Gilchal Chiri, like the most of Torah, Lesvach Matzinam, Betlevis Sachanim, Beslefes Sechari Isaiah Chelchova, Beanstot Suat Kimad Numuva, etc. Shleos. Lamentations, Kangratmi, Benskoatmi Si, Shelsvalas, Adneskoat Levesech Nachimive. Israel doesn't have to have any lamentations, but we have them because of the reason of this war. And we don't have to repudiate Adonai. More pain that will be about, and I'm so sorry, I am not at the no joy for this all we are through, but suddenly we shall ever remain Adonai is for us, and I will still fight for Get Halchimiam Bates. And in the middle of the soul, Saint Chan word, which it is Arim Ba'et Kischaut, the Etzvesachti Yeshua in law. The chapters here marked are 13th, 14th, and 15th. And there is Kimbavidim Matlevespot Matsecherivis Matsivas Sevachtecha. Here, Corinthians, Karidiatsi, Kam Shpovats Motzachim ad Kim Vesot Lakim Machtach Motzi, which will be Kravetim at Lefisat Lovaspastachnum ad Yeshua in law. And this Apocalypse, the Revelation book, which is Armageddon, at 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, which is exactly Gangrit Hamatki Bostetlech Matzigash Matlik Hamatleki Vochobasvartich at real Armageddon's book, Yeshua in law, and this flower. In Redachlakin Rebefech Motsen. And suddenly we were discussing about a lot of things, and I were discussing like much long ago I said. Somebody used to calling for the Twin Towers to being the revelation of the 2001, and I'm sorry for the event. Supposedly to being the emporium of the icon of the powers in the world. The twin sisters and evangelics, deflective liars, false prophets with the pardon of victims, used to say that word. And pardon of victims, and I'm serious what I say. I apologize for people as innocent and abducted and delivered into power, hocus pocus, like Masonry taking positions inside, which now is Cranford, like Carnival, Crudo, Cabrera, Train, Anacondia, and much other following them, which is exactly this. Authority, power, and anointed, everything which means powers and position, you shall not take me, you shall not touch, otherwise you are going to be destroyed. And they are the witches that destroys, not El Chai, because of El Chai take victims in the comes from this class of excrement to hell. But certainly, other reality, a world handled by masonry, secret societies with no identity of the view of the world, and not known for the world to understand who is and who's not. Other clear fact, manipulating everybody and everything and delivering into them purpose. We are like gods, and now time shall come. Ready for the making conducted, instaurating conditions for the world and societies to become right. The problem is chaos is not acceptable neither. Accept the reality. Let's come for what sensely we understand reality got to be. Not anarchism. Because if we don't play the chaos, we play the justice and we go for orders. Which is difficult with this class, but you must submit. And understand what to fight and how to fight. So in the middle of this all, the reality that we couldn't be warned about this is exactly that human fights every day. And Bible, power in the main of the Roman Empire, even with the Jesus Christ thing. Nothing like Adonai will ever say, and Messianic people, the real ones that Adonai taken and put into drive and conduct and putting orders and trying to establish the right as His will, always persecuted and murdered permanently, like you see about my person. And suddenly the whole that we were discussing and the reality that I already explained and published, and the reality that comes around the twin sisters, the twin towers, supposed. I said long ago before any bastardo Sodom and Gomorrah saying I said first, but profanation of my person. I knew it first. I got the revelation. I am the one, come make me the underbelly pleasures and I'm going to put you like a sacrifice for I to come like God and like Eliyah. That is that I know first. And I said first. Everybody. And making career upon this class about which degenerates Sodom and Gomorrah upon my person and everybody else. And robbing and raping and destroying and, oh, la juega, a house and a car, you built up me. This is for me, the code to be my civilly raped and murdered by Sodom and Gomorrah and degenerate, and I'll give you the 50, I do it to you, whatever. You're not evangelics. Which is exactly this with the problem of victims. Not everyone. But the problem is, abducted, wake up and run, and be wise about where to and how to, because of you are going to be trust, because of you are in a site, and they already selected you for being raped and murdered. And I'm sorry your anguish, but I came on saying this for 15 years. Leave. As best you can, and if I can help you and catch you, I'm going to do it. Here's a war. So in the middle of this whole reality, Chela Clever, Respect Machalki, Cheret Pachalki, Mosef, Respect Lachishpo, Amat Lechachalkim, I am Eliyah, Yachpati, Edchad Ha'ajai, Ishkat Timat Letim, and Oratadosh, Melechad Ekleti, Shachachai, Desmatadi, Israel, Ishkatadi, Huda, Lechman. I am heredity at the house of Melech Hadid. And I was where and one change, and it's not my creaturey on the or delusional character of whatever I thought I could be. It's me. So, permanently a witchcraft, a profanation. I said first, I knew first, I got first, I done first, I am and not him, and I done and not that. So suddenly the confusion and manipulation, oh, Callister, the Christ, the power, oh, miracle, oh, the resurrected, we shut the word, the revelation. And everything we're told by me and by us and by Israel, and we're right, and another night working with us, and they were pretending the same day has the great career, and title and power and instituted by the law and government. Supposed to have heard this word by God. Rom used to sing the same. Authority, position, Kalavi. Power, the generation of abomination, Babel, Mibab Miati, Narotiki Matuba, Pletofar, Rukuba, Ayos. We don't need that. Nobody is nothing like that. So in the middle of this reality came the twin sisters thing, which is written as the real Armageddon book, but says that twin ambishluti matumab refers about prostitutable sisters, twins, for the power and erection of the hell. And there came a very deceptive complex Masechanim, and I said, Visión de Futuro, Catedral de la Fe. And said, come on, don't just tear this thing down. And it's exactly that. They put themselves above the whole of the world with the anointing, Kablech Machi, abducted, driving and conducting and making the Birchelech Vokmachal Heliswak, the Mablech conditioning. Nothing out of our power, and we erect it, you get off and you get dead, and sending to be dead because of good discover. And Blech Masih, Befechalekim, Bechaledospok, Hamatlechi, Besechalam, twin sisters with the presentation which is writing at the Armageddon, which already gave, and long ago. And the real Armageddon book, Yeshua in law, expressing in the Antique exactly what they were doing all through, with the presence of the Klechedi, anointed and playing the power, Blech Masich Ishtatari, Shlutaya Bandrevas Miasechali, Babel Masechali, Naroti Kambala, Sadum Mamem Plari, Gamer, Monani, Kambantushku Apleves Masih, Gelcham Apleves Vasan, Ben Greyesti, profaning and pagan actions, to pretend to be the authority sender royal upon the 12 stones, teams, diamonds and extra, mineral, the best ever precious, for a high of Israel and Judah, which is the 12 disciples that Yeshua has put it for the purpose of Elon. And everyone were Melecha, even Kepha. And Judas, called Judah Iscariote, Kambor, were exactly the Ramet Lefat Pogmat Sechal Kishmatzim. The problem were not him, but Lechmot Lefachal him. The Regas Lefat Sechal Siva Sakla, that's the reason why he realizes after the middle of the world and he suicides, which is written as well. And he suicided. He didn't fell upon a horse and wearing Lefach Machal Himim. He suicided and he paid for what he'd done. But the reality were war. And Yeshua, like this, right, and he had ready for, now you are going to understand what Lechmach Lechachim, you shall not do Lechmach Sechalam, Gerbach Lechim Echanim. He were about to give himself to saying, okay, which is right in Karabia accomplished, and Herod Lechmach Hachanim, that it is what I'm going to do my job. But the problem were putting sin, condemnation, destruction for that. We are going to win, like any demon, Sodom and Gomorrah, and United Evangelics and the rest all. Playing with the law of high, the sin, the condemnation, I catch you, I'm going to be king. So Clever Masleta Sechlachim pretending of the authorities and Melecha upon the Israel and Judah tribes. The vision of the 12, pyramid of Ablafanok, Rechona in base of Sodom and Gomorrah foundation for Gler Robat Matovam is exactly what this were happening. And they amounted themselves and montaged themselves above the whole of the nation. And they fell long ago, and they keep on falling. And they placed I am the anointing, I am the authority of God, and strengthening all demons, Sodom and Gomorrah, and the Generados, saying that they got to defeating me and defeating us, and sending to capture Chires and all of my friends to be raped and murdered, saying, oh, they only got to the tail, but they got the 50% of them. So suddenly, gravity, gran ramera, tenés tu muerte, y es lo que sos. Prey crudo carnívoro cabrera anacondia y todo asociado con el perdón de víctimas. You can read Armageddon at the Antique, ever you to understand, or the translated. Yeshua in law, the real one, careful with they themselves, with Sodom and Gomorrah and Luciana Troiana, and the Kirchner, Sunasur, has forged, saying that that will be my word. And they will give the revelation. Galchad lady domain and power, we are not going to lose the control of the power and pretending to abducting and conducting and making the condition and forethinking, oh, the Christ the Lord, He's rising, He's gonna be the beast. Naive, stupid, ignorant ones, ill ones, and sick sons of hell in companion for death, making it clever to feel myself and I have the power, don't you see? Adonai is not with them, and they are gonna die in the hell. In the whole of the blessed Tzechal-Him, making the whole of Tzechal-Him and profaning me and putting me here for the study each move, each thing, saying that they are going to start the chasing winning for the Christ with Sodom and Gomorrah and murdering innocent people, destroying innocent people for this Sodom and Gomorrah to rape and murder, to saying that they are going to conquer the heaven, being in heaven. Masonry were in the whole of the ambience. Masonry actual 666 expecting for the beast, the master, which they wrote at 2003 conceived and 2004 birthed that genetic experiment clonating of a mummy of Egypt, Ramses II, 8th generation, and made an clever effect as we're writing as well. Armageddon, 46, like I said, Gin Robatin Matlerech, Matsevet Boflech, Habitam, and Richo, Tin Ribin, and you can read Angerat Fechma at Matzah for you to get it clear. The Argalki Rafethalachim of Letesfachalekish Potana, Lechachalginian, Sevetles Mosir. And Skaltiri Hamatlech Havaswalma, Ser Ablechal. This is public and published already in Israel. I give it the last page. HTTPS www.IDMCDMC middle PROCDMC middle Ministerio de Seguridad Argentino UNASUR, Ministerio de Seguridad Nacional, Ministerio de Guerra y Ministerio de Defensa Argentina UNASUR, técnicas de paganos, de profanos, de degenerados hasta el último minuto en este julio 22, 2015. Buenos Aires, República Argentina, sobre la realeza del Adón, Alejandro Mario Blanco, Redemi, ELIYAH-ELIEH'YTHA HA'JAI, Kadosh, haciendo el trabajo de profanación, destrucción, genocidio, abominación, como son Sodoma, Gomorra, Egipto, Gran Ramera, unido con Babilonia, Vaenotima, para lograr el propósito de la abominación eterna, como morirán. Middle, DRMC, DMCOT, CX5, X4, DINCA 5, command middle, sys middle, OO dead. OO, middle, T, E, E, D, middle, 44.9 systems, recall F7, all words have 6 and 5 as well. And this is in clever Maflakanina C, Balter, let's be a Pasbachahil, like it's written at the Torah, Binfuanam, in Hebrew, Ben Chova. Gerbalki from Maflakahalakim, Satalikim, Swatim Maflakahalam, and this is July 22nd, 2015. 9:06, I woke up really early. And I'm suffering still domestic problems, and I'm tired of this phlegm, and where the whole night preventing me for the same week of first, and trying to take away. This is recorded completely, published in the US. I am with the theme on, published in Israel, and also in Europe, and ICC New York, International Criminal Court. Elishel, E.BLANCO, REDEMI from Buenos Aires, my ID in Israel. I am Israeli. And I am royalty of Israel, and this is not a liar, it's never something of my preference. I'm going to be because of I say, and anybody said except Adonai, and Son. And whoever understood, Adonai heard. But the problem is, let's take care. And the reality of this, we have still war, and the abominations, I'm going to show what happened. Alejandro Mario Blanco, Redemi, Buenos Aires. Thank you, Head.